The Palestinian Resistance Forces of Gaza have responded to the 20-point US/Israeli peace proposal, in air quotes, which was essentially demanding release all the hostages in return for aid to be allowed in. Who's going to promise that aid in? Trust me, bro, and America. But we, Israel, will still guard the borders fully, and we won't retreat out of Gaza completely unless we feel completely safe from any future terror attacks. If we don't feel safe, we can just stay on the borders of Gaza just indefinitely. So we might never potentially leave. That was the deal in a nutshell. But you can look up the 20-point deal. I even made a video about it a few days ago. Now, who will back this up, right? Who will make sure Israel keeps to its side of the bargain? Israel, diplomatically speaking, has been notorious for breaking agreements that they agreed to, they made. Will peacekeepers be allowed in to make sure that Israel is not the only nation state military, the only nation state with a military force in the region on the ground? Will there be other forces? Some people, after all, might take issue with the nation accused of committing genocide being left to hold themselves to account for stopping the said genocide. The US and Israel basically said, nah, you can trust us. Netanyahu and his boys, they're very, very trustworthy. Absolutely. 10 out of 10. Would trust again with future deals. Now, despite all of that being what's on the table, Palestinian resistance groups, the chief group especially, H group as they are known, as of the last few hours at the time of this recording, so it's the 3rd of October evening here in the United Kingdom, the Palestinian resistance said, we are willing to release all the hostages. Did you hear what I said? Can you guys clip that, crop that, and then send it out to other places? They've said they're willing to release all the hostages. Read my lips, my dry lips. I need Vaseline. We are willing to discuss and negotiate the terms of the deal you've put forward. That's also what they said. So they're not saying outright yes. They said we're willing to discuss it though. Come, let's sit down and talk about it. Now, for those who are not aware of geopolitics and the diplomatic dance that nations and groups go through when they do diplomacy, deals are almost always negotiated over. In a rare instance, they might not be, which is an unconditional surrender. Now, Palestinian resistance forces are not being told to unconditionally surrender because Israel militarily have not been able to achieve their war goals. In the last 2 years, they've managed to take out a whole bunch of civilians, according to international organizations, according to the United Nations, and according to the resistance groups and the governance of Gaza. But they have not been able to fully occupy, let alone annex, the Gaza Strip. So negotiations are in order. It's quite understandable. Offer comes in, negotiations take place, and then maybe acceptance occurs. That's the diplomatic dance. This is completely reasonable. So now the ball is back in America and Israel's court. It's Yom Kippur, a Jewish holiday, and the Sabbath, which is every Saturday, is like Jum'ah for Muslims. It's like Sunday church for Christians. So this response might take a while to come back from Israel at least. But nobody can say that Palestinian factions did not respond with something workable. They said to their enemy, come to the table, let's talk. So let's see if they do talk. Time will tell. And I'll be here to report to you the news and the analysis, unbiased and without the Western spin. This is a short one. And still, I somehow managed to meander my way to the 4-minute mark. But I hope you appreciate that late on Friday evening. I'm going to go spend my time with family now. But I thought I'd get this news out to those who rely upon me as their, latest news source. See you on the next one.